Good morning from Hawaii. I've been working in my garden and clearing out, see this old basil? I've been clearing out the old basils. Sunflowers are growing. And this is a weed I have to contend with. This is lettuce. This is my water. And I just laid down some fertilizer, some soil. I like it. It's called Kellogg. It has worm casings, so I have worms in my garden. And those two small sunflowers in the middle there, I'm going to move them. How do I know the difference between that and the weed? Well, the weed is more proliferate. Well, I don't even know if I said that word right. It's still wet underneath here. I grew this grass. It's the only thing that would grow real well other than the knot grass. Most people call it a weed. And basil, I'm going to come out. Actually, I'll probably pick some right now. Pick it off in stems like that. Go down here. I will let it seed and bloom because of I like the bees in my garden. I picked a whole bunch of big leaves last night. And as you can see, our kukui nut is bearing lots of nuts this year. Anyway, probably should have a little path that goes through here. Something's wrong with this plant. You see how it's all curling up weird? I'll pull that off. This one and this one. I'll keep all the good leaves. And I planted, see there's that little grass right there. I'll come in here with a shovel and clear that out. This is turmeric. There's the sage. I found it underneath everything. And there's a spinach. Oh my gosh, poor thing got. Anyway, I put more leaves around it. This is really yummy. I like it with nuts and yogurt. That kind of spinach. Okay. Yep, it smells like poop. Probably got a lot of manure in it. Underneath here, I planted beets. Oh, I forgot my water container. Okay. Retract, because this soil is still moist here. I'm not going to add any. Sometimes I step on the plants. Somehow they seem to live. This little baby turmeric, I'll give it some water. Normally I just use the hose. There's two more sunflowers right here. Okay. I think I'm going to leave them there because if it gets windy, these basil will protect it. Now, right along here, we'll rinse that off a little. I took some of the seeds off of it and already planted them. Plus, I had other spinach seeds. And I pulled out a great big long root. Cut it out. So, I'm going to check this soil to see if it's still wet. It's a little moist, but not enough for seeds that need to germinate. Normally I would just use my hose, but I have to come out here and check it first. And there's all the sweet potatoes growing. Oh, I got to show you my watermelon. And there's seeds here. and they will sprout. And as you can see, my jungle has overgrown over in here. I have weeded this much of it. I'm so proud of myself. Grateful to God. These are Okinawan sweet potatoes. Ooh, never let clover take over, or you're going to be in trouble. Always get clover out of your garden. Now, there's something that looks like it's going to root a potato. And then this weed really spreads fast. And my mother always taught me, get the whole root of the weed. Well, did it do any good to throw it over there? Yes, because then I'll go rake up that mess later. Maybe somebody else will. Okay. I know there's plants. I planted seeds there. I planted seeds there, but I'll come back with the hose. It's too large of an area. There's my romaine lettuce. And there's new ginger. There's a big mess of weeds under there. This plant right here, I'm not going to dig it out, but I will come and get some better shears and trim all this stuff off that's got bugs. They're called spider. There's a bee! The nice thing about watering with the pitcher is I don't disturb the bees. They really like it in my garden. And there's two kinds of basil here. So, we're gonna water. And there's my watermelon. Right here. Right here. I get rid of that grass eventually. I just don't feel like shoveling today. Watermelon. Garlic. This is garlic. I've tried several times to grow garlic, and people would say it likes sandy soil and blah 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 blah. Well, this time I just put it right in the clay, and then I covered it with some of this. Ew, God, I hate the smell of manure, but it's important. After a few days, it won't smell. And I got a foot here. This is ginger. I love ginger. Alright. This is another group of seeds that were 2014. All those baby seeds down there. All that. Yep, 2014. As soon as they get their second grouping of leaves and get tall enough, then I will try and move them. Yeah, there they are. 2014 seeds. I figure a seed bank in the Arctic isn't going to do me any good. Now, I planted something there, and I will eventually be taking out this group of basil. But I'm waiting because I think we might be going into a monsoon time, and if we do, their roots will absorb the moisture. Oh, there's a sunflower peeking up. Cool, huh? I may not even bother those two seedlings. They just don't look like they're very happy. So, good morning, Hawaii and mint. I am harvesting mint and let it dry out. And I planted this tree. I think it's a spruce. I planted it in the ground. Oh, what's it doing? Trying to... when you first plant something, you kind of just give it water, give it its nutrients, and let it be. And that is halfway transplanted. I'm just going to bring in some more soil. Probably need to dig a deeper hole. Then my rosemary is dried out underneath and I need to trim all that off. But I did plant seeds through here. I'm going to wait and see what happens, but as you can see from our clouds, there's a wind shear. You see that wind shear? You see the blue sky above it? That's our wind shear. That's what protects us from hurricanes. We have very strong wind shear. And that cloud will stay on the north side of Mount Ka'ala. You can't see Mount Ka'ala because it's covered in clouds, but it is our main water source for the island. And I have to go in right now. I'm in my pajamas, but I thought you folks might like to see what our day is like here today. A little different. We sure need this rain. And there's the bags left over from my Kellogg, the soil that I put down. I also put down another soil prior to this. Whoa! And this base, so this is lemongrass. I need to go in and remove it and cut it back. And I know a place that will buy it. But she wants turmeric for down to earth. So, I have no idea. But normally our germination of seeds only takes half the time that it would normally take somewhere else to germinate. So, I'll have seeds coming up and things that I planted there, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll go put another roll of beets in there. I want beets. I just love beets. I just found out I don't have to cover them. They can grow up out of the ground in their bulbs. Somebody told me as they did that, I should cover them with soil, but according to what I saw, that's not necessary. And you folks take care. I love you. There's our little sitting place with flowers. And I have a bunch of dried out basil behind here that I'm going to make fairy houses out of my old basil limbs. I already have some prepared and put away, but I have to pick all this green stuff off here before it rains. I should probably move it over there. I shall do that. God bless you. I love you all.